One weapon more than any other dominated warfare in the Norman period: the crossbow. 14th century crossbows like this were the culmination of centuries of development. With limbs made of steel, they were incredibly powerful. But earlier Norman crossbows had limbs made of wood.
There was a limit to how powerful these wooden bows could be.
So the idea that Norman crossbows were a powerful weapon is really a myth. Despite this, they were effective at medium range, and that was enough in battle. Drawing the bow repeatedly took a lot of strength. Thankfully, help was at hand.
A crossbowman spanned his weapon with a device called a belt and claw.
This gave him extra leverage, allowing him to use his back and legs to draw the string.
Crossbowmen were vulnerable on a battlefield, so they carried large shields called pervises, so they could hunker down behind, load, pop up, shoot, and then duck back down again to reload.
Crossbows were accurate, took less training, and used cheaper ammunition than the longbow. Most importantly, you could wait to take your shot, so they were perfect for siege situations. To protect crossbowmen when they were defending castles, they used specially built wooden galleries, called hoardings. But shooting down towards an approaching enemy presented its own problems. How to stop the bolt from falling off the crossbow before it could be shot?
What they did is just place the thumb loosely on the top of the bolt, which is just enough with a light pressure to hold it in place.
Around 1200, the Norman wooden crossbow was superseded by a new design, the composite bow. With limbs made from horn and sinew, they could be made more compact than a wooden bow. And they could deliver up to 4 times the punch. They were, however, more expensive. So whether on the battlefield or the castle rampart, simple wooden crossbows remained the main weapon of the day. William the Conqueror had recaptured York from the rebels. Now he wanted to teach them a lesson for defying him. He began a brutal campaign of destruction to crush any further resistance, known as the Harrying of the North. Villages and crops were destroyed. It is said 100,000 people were killed. With ruthless efficiency, William the Conqueror had secured obedience in his new kingdom. But it wasn't to last. It would be thrown into chaos by his own children. When William the Conqueror died in 1087, his favorite son succeeded him, King William II, known as William Rufus. But 13 years into his reign, disaster struck. While out hunting, he was killed. William's youngest brother took his place as King Henry I. But there was a problem. At the time, Henry's elder brother, Robert, Duke of Normandy, had been on crusade. When he returned, he was furious that Henry had grabbed the throne. From Normandy, Robert attempted to invade England to claim the crown from his brother. But he failed and returned home. In retaliation, Henry struck back. In a reversal of 1066, he crossed the Channel and invaded Normandy, intent on undermining his brother Robert's rule. His first target was Bayeux. This rich and splendid city was one of the jewels of Normandy. Henry was to begin his campaign by unleashing his forces on the city. Bayeux was about to feel the wrath of the English army. In the brotherly feud over Normandy, King Henry I set out to make an example of Bayeux, a town still loyal to his brother Duke Robert. Henry's archers took up position on high ground outside the city and faced an immediate attack by Robert's cavalry patrol. Having deployed their palings, Henry's archers were well protected against the cavalry charge. They defeated the first patrol. As Henry set his sights on burning Bayeux, more reinforcements arrived to join his army.
Abuga, strelboren. Primet Garu.
Westendierwa. Ichera. Dundit dat. Voljende hesa. Hartes je hände! Ga upp!
Strelboren.
Westen Freckensort! Wat hesa? Itchuilla. Airporter! Hier! Ga upp!
Strelboren. Jävlar! Min silence! Abuga, strelboren! Strelboren, sithe. Gert, strelboren!
Garwigan, cometh on.
Yeah, when we get that Abuga, strelboren.
Ikea, shot!
Yes.
Garu up. Each way. It is seated on the fourth one defense. With wilderness.
Gundithat. Yet hier fende feon. Underfair bealo. Forward here. It is dead. Forward here. Each sheriff. West Indiana. It's a winner. Hartes je hända.
Yeah, we are. Heragon Gagnon way.
Forwardas Jerwa. Hurra. Hartes je hända.
Ströbåren! Jävlar!
The English approached Bayeux and saw that its towering stone walls would not be breached by manpower alone. Henry would need siege equipment and a defensible location to construct it.
Jerwa, Garwiga. Garu Upa. Garu, Fera. Yes. Mid-May. Askira, Garwiga. Cometh on. Ritnu.
Forwardas je kläpet. Gundithat. Hartes je hända.
An are to hearing. Yeah, ik kan ganda. Ich gas wa het.
Yeah, we are. On Styria, Strelbora. On Lisa. Strelbora, Site. Yes, sir. Strelboran, Bere. Kostich. Onda je terfan. Garwigan, fort. Sabuga, Strelboran, und Lisa. Sabuga, Strelboran, Kotlicha. Dina hit. Hemen Aknawa. Jerwa, Gapura. Jerwa, Strelboren, Jerwa. Strelbora, Sita. Jerwa, Ritnu. Rema, Itwela. Jensa. Strelboren. Jerwa, Garwigan. Akno. Judaeus, number down! Yeah, we are! Why Sindon seconde?
Henry now called for the services of a blacksmith to bolster the siege effort.
Yar wait, to work. Each you say, yes, sir. What's her faith, eh? Yes, sir. West to Hala. Each a worker. Yeah, each a winner. What's her faith, eh? Each timber fail. Yes, sir. West to Hala.
And you work it. Each a worker. What's her faith, eh? That surely be on what's her faith, eh? Each timber theos.
And you worker. That shule bayo timbran.
There you worker.
Very you work.
Hey, of yourself.
With a blacksmith on hand, Henry's infantry would soon be ready to construct siege equipment.
Yes, where's the water? Each a worker.
Rider oss, ja, följ in de häsa.
And you worker. That shule bayo timber. And you worker. Each timber face. Yes, sir. West to Hala. Each a worker. What's her faith, eh? Each a worker.
Henry's infantry could now construct battering rams, siege weapons designed to break open fortress walls.
Garu upp.
That timbren shall bail. It shall be timbered this. That timbren shall bail. It shall be timbered this. Hit bayeth bulldog. Ich eom jedog.
Yes, sir. West to Hala.
Remeth Garu. Hit bayeth bull. It shall be timbered this.
Yes, where's the water? What's her faith, eh? That should have been timber.
What's her faith, eh?
Yes, sir.
With the power of battering rams, the English army could crack open Bayeux's mighty walls.
They would do.
What has Barende nu? Ridende ut. Ja, ga op. Hoera. Ridende ut. Erfotte! Hier! Under Velbeado! Barende nu! Barende nu. Hoera.
Abuga, strelbore. Strelbore.
Yarwa Yoala. Estes comende. Yarwa Yoala.
Yaru to work.
Each timber Theos. That Sole Bayo Templar.
Voor werdas je voljende hesa.
Ram Yaru ons de reende. Biedu Siaru werkende. Ram Renkas, secende. Wat heste? Jebrekende. Under Fonda, Hilde Shofionda. Biedu Siaru Yaru. On wel Gendenu. What hestes? On the way. What Hester? Hester Agdawa. On the way. Garwigan Asetta. Askira Garwigan. Hurra! Yaru! Eagle! Stay down. Equip. Garu Upa!
Bayeux's walls had failed, and Henry's men could now storm the city. Robert's garrison made a last stand to defend Bayeux, but Henry would show no mercy in cutting them down and burning their city.
Nein, Hestes, ik rede voor. Ridente suave. We said Yerwin. Pieno Siaro Wakande. Begene. Pieno Saras.
Fuse, tu servet! Ja, ik heb gande.
Pieno Sena Brayota. Pieno Saras.
Obeisance is on you!
Yeah, we are. Valiente Heso. Iquilla.
Yes, sir!
Shefelde! Odstilla, Strelbora! Strelbora, Belle! Strelboren och Gamma. Kotnicha! Min side! Dödsvinen med upp sig och tänder!
I shall lay. Nu tukes, sättet jag. Att mina ord. Sen.
Han are to hear it! Garwigan!
Jag hästen, i skall så är häst. Ich brinner på. Alle switches!
Vieru Sieras! Vieru Sieras Jaru! Vieru Sieras Ferende! Ferende Estes! Beot Sieras!
Forward, ich gera.
Vieru Sieras!
Forward, att riden ute.
Way, Segierwe. Vieru Sieras! Wendende! Gejerwia! Strävara! Omgänga! Beodet mig! Verosaro under
As Bayeux burned and the people fled in terror, King Henry basked in the victory over his brother Duke Robert. But Henry would not stop until all of Normandy was back under the English crown. By 1100, the medieval knight was dressed from head to toe in mail.
Mail is really like a metal fabric. It moves and behaves like a cloth, but is actually made of hundreds and thousands of interlocking iron rings.
It could turn and deflect a sword blade.
As an armor, mail didn't work all by itself. It needed the addition of a padded coat. The coat absorbed the shock of the blow, whilst the mail turned away the cut. Together, they formed an incredibly effective protection.
The first stage in making mail was to create wire to the right thickness. To do this, it was pulled through a drawing plate, which had a series of ever smaller holes, until you got wire of the desired gauge.
To make the rings, we wind the wire onto a mandrel.
And then we take it off the mandrel and cut the rings.
So I've flattened the overlapping ends of the ring and I've pierced a hole through it. And now Nick has to put a rivet in it. The basic construction of mail would be a ratio of 4:1. So each ring goes through 4 of its fellows. Here you can see I've made a set of 5, which will then be joined to other sets of 5 to create a sheet of mail.
Mail had to be tailored to a perfect fit. It had to be shaped for feet and legs, arms and hands, and of course the head. A skilled mail maker could make very precise shapes.
Of course, for more complicated parts of the body, like elbows, we can actually tailor it in 2 different directions at the same time.
Yeah. So if we fold this in half, we have an elbow.
One of the main benefits of tailoring in mail was that it meant a knight didn't have to carry a single ring of extra weight that he didn't need to.
The mail to cover a knight from head to toe required about 200,000 rings.
High-status knights would have had their mail edged with gold, but most importantly, it had to be functional.
Clad in mail with his shield and helmet, the knight was well equipped to face the weapons of the day.